Hi guys, Lookfog here and welcome to another FIFA 21 video, and today guys I'm going to be taking a look at the new FIFA 21 icons prime icon moments rating predictions. A bit of a mouthful that, but I'll explain it all in a second. But with EA not really offering too much today in terms of the Future Stars promo, with literally no objectives, no player SBCs, no icon SBCs, I thought that we'd have a look at the icon moments. Of course, EA did tweet earlier on in the year, or I think they have it on their website somewhere, on like the icon section. They do plan to release icon moments just like last year in February. Now, we do know that the Future Stars Team 2 will be coming this Friday, which leaves one more Friday available in the month of February. I believe that being the 26th. Yeah, the 26th. Friday the 26th is when I expect we will get the Winter Refresh promo and then the release of Prime Icon Moment cards, just like last year, to kind of coincide with that promo. And obviously the icon moments cards are absolutely fantastic. They add dynamic images to the icon cards, which the base, the mid, and the prime don't have. I personally am a big fan of dynamic images. I think it just adds something a little bit more to the cards, in my opinion. It certainly adds a lot more value to the card as well. You know, it's kind of crazy to think that dynamic images can literally raise the price of a card so much, but like that literally can be the case. But yeah, for those of you who don't know what icon moments cards are, so of course you got like the base card for icons with like players that's often starting off in their career, mids where they're getting better, and then the primes where they're consistently at the top of their career for like a certain period of time. Now, icon moments is basically just one outstanding moment in their career. So for example, in previous years, Steven Gerrard has got his moments card for his fantastic display in the 2006 FA Cup final against West Ham, where he scored 2 insane goals and we went on to win that game in penalties. If Steven Gerrard doesn't play that game, Liverpool don't win the 2006 FA Cup. It's as simple as that. So that kind of defines how an icon moments cards is basically made, in a sense. So what I thought that we would do is we'd have a look at the 12 new icons that were released at the start of FIFA 21, because of course they didn't have moments cards last year. So for this year, it's going to be a whole new thing for those, and we're going to have a look. I've been having a look like through all the 12 players, trying to pick out some of their like single most outstanding plays essentially in the whole of their career, and that we've given them some pretty awesome cards with, of course, their dynamic images. So let's get into the first one. I've also made notes at every single 12 of these icons, so we will be starting off with Eric Cantona, who does have a 93 rated prime. I've gone with a 1+ increase on his moments card. Now, last year what we saw was various prime icons would go up by either 1 rating to their icon moments, would go up by 2. I think maybe even Kaka went up by like a rating of 3, but usually most icons from last year anyway, from primes to prime icon moments, had an increase of either 1 or 2+ in ratings. Now, I would like to think that EA maybe this year go for a +2 minimum on all cards, but there's obviously a chance that they might not do that. So I have gone with Cantona. I was getting a 94 rated card, and the reason why I gave well, basically I think his most outstanding moment goes back to a game in December 1993 for Man United, where he did score a brace in a 3-1 win versus Aston Villa, who had been the runners-up in the previous Premier League season, and that win actually gave Man United a 13-point advantage at the top of the Premier League, and they did go on to win the league that season. Of course, Cantona getting those 2 big goals against Aston Villa in that game certainly was obviously a massive help to them. So, I mean, a moment's Cantona would be, oh my, like so expensive. We're talking like, I reckon 5 million, maybe even more for him. But obviously, what a card he'd be. He could play literally anywhere in the attack with the midfield. He would be phenomenal. The next one will be Ashley Cole. The reason why I'm giving this Ashley Cole one is he's purely because of the fact that, I mean, obviously he had a fantastic career, but as a fullback, it's kind of hard to pick out fantastic moments for fullbacks as such. But he was fantastic throughout the whole 2012, or was it? I think it was throughout the 2011-2012 season. I think Chelsea won the FA Cup that season against Liverpool, but also they won the Champions League against Bayern Munich, and Ashley Cole played in that game and did score in the penalty shootouts as well for that particular match. But yeah, he'd be fantastic. I'm going with +2 rating for him from an 89 up to a 91. He deserves like a +2 or maybe even a +3 overall rating on his card, because I feel like his 89 prime cards is massive disrespect to him to actually how good he was when he was at his best. So hopefully EA will recognize his fantastic talents and what he did obviously for Chelsea in particular throughout the whole of 2012 and through that Champions League final, and will give him a very nice increase to his cards. And that would be a card I'd actually be very, very interested in being able to like use, or maybe get like an SBC for or something like that. But next one will be Petr Cech, 92 rated. So I've given him, I believe, a 1+ increase with Petr Cech. In 2014, he kept his 209th clean sheet for Chelsea, which was a new club record for them, beating their previous goalkeeper, Peter Bonetti, I think his name was, who I think sadly recently did pass away. But yeah, Petr Cech, fantastic goalkeeper back in the day, of course, for Chelsea. So, to be able to keep 209 clean sheets for them, setting that new club record, I think is a fantastic moment in his career, and that's why I've gone for him as his kind of moments rating there for the 92 rated card. Next one is Samuel Eto'o, who I've gone with this one as scoring the opening goal in the 2009 UCL final against Manchester United, and Barcelona went on to win that final by 2-0. You could also argue that he might get it for the 2006 final against Arsenal, where he did score in that game, but that was against easier opposition, in the sense that obviously Arsenal in 2006 were a great side, but I think Eto'o scored the goal once Lahm had already been sent off, and it's probably said that his achievements in the 2009 final against Man United were probably more of bigger achievements, and he was obviously fantastic in that. And the 94 moments, Eto'o, going from a 92 to the 94, would be, again, I mean, like his prime cards would look over 3 million coins, so this one would be about, what, maybe 6 million or something like that. Imagine packing a prime moment Samuel Eto'o. That'd be absolutely insane. The next card, though, is going to be Fernando Torres, who, yeah, of course, not really a player that I'm a massive fan of. Used to love him, of course, back in the day, as a Liverpool fan. The first day that I remember, the first day that he came to Liverpool from Atletico Madrid, and I was so excited. I first heard about him coming to Liverpool once I was just like, I think it was in like year 3, year 4 or something like that, and my dad told me on the way home from school, and I was so excited to see what he could do, and obviously he was fantastic for Liverpool, but arguably maybe one of his best moments probably came in that 2012 semi-final against Barcelona, where he scored that very, very late equaliser to kind of cement Chelsea's place in that year's Champions League final, which they went on to win. So, although he was fantastic for Liverpool, I don't even think he won a trophy for us, which is actually kind of mad. Of course, we came close one year to winning the league, and he had some fantastic individual performances, but I think this particular highlight of his career is probably something to mostly recognise his single kind of like icon moments, like his special moment, because of course, scoring a goal against Barcelona in the semi-finals to get your team into the final of the Champions League is obviously fantastic, so that's why I've gone with him there with that 93 rating. Next one will be Philipp Lahm. I've gone with a 2 rating increase for him and a position change as well. He's like, I think for FIFA 21 he has one card as his baby, I think, is a left back, his mid is a CDM, and his prime is a right back. Well, his moments card for me would be as a left back, purely because of the fact that he played in the left back position in the Euro 2008 semi-final against Turkey, in which he scored a 90th minute winner in that game to go to the final. They were ultimately beaten in the final by Spain, but even so, as a fullback to score that very late winner for Germany, I think just highlights a fantastic moment in his career, and that's why I've gone with him there with that 93 rating. The next one will be PUSKAS, 96 rated, and this one is based on his hat trick that he scored against West Germany in the early rounds of the 1954 World Cup in an 8-3 win, which is absolutely insane. Now, I don't know how the World Cup used to work back in the 50s, but despite beating them 8-3, West Germany was still in the competition somehow, so I don't get how that works. And basically, they replayed in the final, and ultimately they lost in that game, but I think PUSKAS had like a certain injury, but played on with the injury throughout the whole match, and still even scored in that game, and if PUSKAS probably would have been fit, then he probably would have won the 1954 World Cup. But that particular game, though, against West Germany, and that 8-3 win in the early rounds of the 54 World Cup, scoring that hat-trick. West Germany, of course, was a fantastic side, for many years, from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and stuff like that. Were absolutely phenomenal, and for him to score a hat-trick, it was absolutely amazing. So I think that's like probably his best single moment in his career, so that's what we've gone with there for PUSKAS. And next one will be Bastian Schweinsteiger, 93 rated. Now, I was actually looking up on Wikipedia. I know, sometimes not the most reliable source, but we'll just go on with it. And they said that he was instrumental in Germany's 2014 World Cup win against Argentina, flowing like the attack of Germany, like his amazing passes and stuff like that, to help break down the Argentine defense and stuff. And obviously Mario Götze went on to score the winner in that game. So I've gone with that particular moment. It'd be so cool if they actually gave us a dynamic image of him like kissing the World Cup. That would just add even more value to this card. But yeah, he'd be absolutely insane as a 93 rated. Getting into the next one's going to be Davor Suker. This one was a bit of a difficult one, to be honest. I think he get like a 1+ rating from a 90 to a 91, and I put it down to to the fact that he scored his first Spanish League hat-trick against Albacete in a 4-3 win at the start of the 92-93 season, I believe it was. I think initially at the start of that season he hadn't been playing too well, but he came back to form for Sevilla for this particular game where he got 3 of the 4 goals in that massive big win against Albacete. So I've gone with that as his icon moments. There might be another one that he might have done for like Croatia, maybe for Arsenal or you know, Real Madrid or something like that, but I've gone with that one for his time at Sevilla. The penultimate card will be Nemanja Vidic, who I don't really like, to be quite honest. I always found it hilarious that he always just gets sent off against Liverpool, but he was one of those players that, you know, when you just don't like someone, I never liked him, and I know it's not probably good to hold grudges against people, and obviously, listen, I don't properly hate him, you know, I'm sure I've had a conversation with him, he'd probably be like a very nice guy, but, you know, when you just don't like someone initially, he is just that type of person that I've always, as a United player, when you think of United players that I hate, he's really up there far on that list. But for him and his icon moments, he scored an 85th minute equaliser versus Aston Villa to earn United a point in the 2011 season, I believe it was, which they did go on to win that season, and his equaliser earned a point against Aston Villa, and they were coming back there from a 2-0 deficit, so he was a part of a very, very good comeback there for Manchester United, and that's why I've gone with him, going from a 90 to a 92 rate. Maybe there is another moment. I was looking for like any good moments he's had against Liverpool, but actually he never seemed to complete. I think he only maybe completed like 1 or 2 matches ever against Liverpool, because all the other times he seemed to get like sent off, so I couldn't really pick one of those moments, so I went with that one there against Aston Villa, but maybe there is another moment, I'm not too sure. But so we finished with the 95 rated Xavi, who of course would be absolutely fantastic, and his one is being based on the 4 assists that he made in a 6-2 El Clasico win in the 2008-09 season, of course, against Real Madrid. To make 4 assists in an El Clasico game is absolutely insane. I don't know if it's ever been done before, and would it ever be even done again? You know, that's obviously fantastic, and of course he was such a you know, silky, skillful player for Barca for so many years, and I think being able to get 4 assists against their major rivals in a thrashing against them, I think certainly would be a great thing to acknowledge, like his moments card. But that is it though, guys, for this video. It is 12 minutes long, so it's a bit of a longer video on the channel, but hopefully you guys have still enjoyed it. If you want me to kind of, who knows, EA might actually... So for the moments cards that we've had for all the icons last year, they might actually give completely new icon moments this year based on like different performances, maybe different stats and stuff. So maybe I might do a video on that as well. But hopefully you've enjoyed this different type of video. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.